The stars of today, we're going to call a man who knows Steve Dunstone, who was on the expedition with Steve Dunstone. He's going to tell us a little bit about him before Steve will come here. David Haley, please.
In which we believe that as police officers, part of our role is our community is not just our neighbourhood or our country, but actually the world as a whole. We are all brothers and sisters. We are all on this amazing planet.
Oba I'm Princess Maria Teresa Gilgua. I'm the daughter of Princess Teresa Erediauwa, who is the first daughter of Oba Erediauwa. In British English, the meaning of an heirloom is an object that's been in a family for generations. So these objects are not just artifacts, they're not just items, they belong to our family. They have their own.
It was our record of history, not just artifact, or not just artifact. It's something record of our history. Yes. So now, so on behalf of Frederick America, I am buying this book, £50. Mr. Dunstone, there is no word to express how gratitude where the Benin are towards you and Mr. Walker.
The person responsible for that is sitting just there. Richard, if you wave, please. Without Richard's help, I wouldn't be here today, and nor would you guys. And the score's 1-1 at the moment, extra time. Before I get on to my 2 bronzes, courtesy of Mark Walker, 5,236 items were stolen, and now they're in 21 countries and 130 institutions. The curator of each of those institutions have all got one thing in common. They don't know that they're all coming back, because they are. I promise you today, every one of those bronzes, everywhere, will come back. Now, I was so pleased to hear the outgoing president, Mohammed Buhari, last year, after several meetings with His Royal Highness the Oba, to get the head back, or the cockerel back from Cambridge. I think their discussions went very well, because he said he's made a decree now that all bronzes are the property of the Oba of Benin City.
I remember I was talking to Mr. Lovejoy outside before we came in, and exactly what he just said. It's like the spirit of the place has been taken out of the place. You know, it's like a puzzle. If you have a puzzle and you take a piece out, it's not complete. So once you have all these artworks back where it belongs to, our heirlooms, like my daughter said, I mean, everything will just come back into place. It's like you take a soul out of a place and then it's not just the same thing. So by the time you have everything back, so I'm so happy he's in all this. So we must actually, say a big thank you to him from the family and from all of us here.
So the representation of our artworks, our artifacts scattered all over the world, and after the invasion of Benin, we have not risen, we have not positively progressed to where we should be today, because it just kind of destroyed everything about that kingdom. So today, on behalf of all Edo people, everywhere in the world, we thank you graciously for having such feeling to what happened to us. For even as a British man speaking out for the artifact.
Concerning to the spirituality, you know what? Our ancestors are with us. I will ask a lot of you. You have your Bible, right? Some of you have read Genesis to Revelation. How many of you know the history of from Ogiso to the present Oba Benin? There's a book called Red Book. How many of you have one? But all of you have a copy of the Bible in your house. But you can tell me Abraham was this, Jesus was that, Jacob was this. Jacob had 12 sons. Jacob was a trickster. He stole his brother's birthright, Esau. Can you tell me what happened to the first king of Oba Benin? Can you tell me what happened to the second one? Can you tell me what happened to the third one? But you don't have the memory of your ancestors, but you have the memory of the ancestors of the Israelites.
And Egogo. When the deliberation went on, I asked a question. Thank you for this gesture, a noble one. But what's your purpose? What do you want in return? Dr. Mark Walker said, we do not want anything. And by 20th June of 2014, I also went home for the return of this artifact, where there was a grand reception given to Chief Dunstone, Dr. Walker, Tim Awoyemi, the entourage that left here for Benin. And indeed, that was a fulfillment. Because I tell back now, I said, our daddy Oba Erediauwa really prophesied. If the white man chooses to return our works with your mission of shooting a field, invasion 1897, this is it coming to pass. So I want to say a big thank you to you for what you have done. It has opened the floodgates.
At that meeting, the High Commissioner promised to pay the ticket for Chief Steve Dunstone, Tim Awoyemi, and Mark Walker. But they said to us, you the Beninese that are going, you have to look after yourself, we won't pay your ticket. We said, well, we're happy with that. A week later, I got a distress call from a very good friend, Steve. He said, Charles, there's been a development. I'm not happy about it. Mark is not happy about it. I said, what happened? So we called to the High Commissioner a couple of days ago, and we were told that things have changed. The artifacts are no longer going to Benin, they're now going to Abuja. The director of the Museum and Monument of Nigeria came, when he heard about this, flew to London, instruct them that on no condition must they return these artifacts to Benin. In his views, Benin as an entity no longer exists. It was now part of Nigeria. So as such, the artifacts should be returned back to Abuja. And I think there was another appointment for them to go and see the High Commissioner to collect their ticket. And he told me, he said, well, this is supposed to be confidential, but I'm letting you know in on this. I said, fair enough. I contacted a few people. They were surprised to see us at the High Commission. They were only expecting 3 people. A dozen of us were there at the High Commission. So they ushered us in, and that meeting was heated up. I'm a very quiet person, but on that occasion, I lost my cool. I started banging the table, and I told them that they disappointed us, that we came to them because of the respect that we had for them. They tried to usurp the situation and return these artifacts back to Abuja. He looked at me and said, well, is your father the king? I said, well, if you say my father is the king, that's correct, because Oba of Benin is the father of all Benin. So if you say that, yes, actually my father. Then, after heated debate, he said, well, you know what? If you insist that this artifact is going to Oba of Benin, we're going to withdraw the ticket that were originally promised these 3 people. And so they withdrew the ticket. We put a message straight to Prince Edwin Kenzua, and the ticket was arranged within 3 days for Steve Dunstone and other people to return the bronzes.
Chief Dunstone, on behalf of my people, the Esan people, I want to thank you for what you have done. I think I remember when we were in Edo Club, we wrote a letter to the Major, the Prime Minister then, And the reply we got to return this artifact was that this thing is between countries, between the United Kingdom and Nigeria. And they want a letter from Nigeria to request for this artifact. But then we're too small, we're only a club. We couldn't fight more than that. Today, the same thing is going on. The spirit is still moving. And Chaps of Morodio, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know you for a very long time. You are a community leader, you are a fighter, and you are an achiever.
It was from there they took the initiative of street lights. I never knew that before. So what I'm going to say in the sense that the history of the return of artifacts to Benin would not be complete without the mention of Steve Dunstone and Prof Mark Walker. Thank you so much. Thank you. And on the 28th and the 28th of November 2022, 72 artifacts were returned to Benin. 6 were provisionally destroyed that day, and the other 66 are loaned to the museum. Now, somebody may ask, where will the artifact be kept? My brother said just now, most of these artifacts are not actually to be seen, actually.
Tell everybody what Pastor Friday has done and let him know that Steve Dunstone has created a day in the Edo Community that we will use to recognize people like him.
And Reverend Friday Edo is our most reverend here, looking after all of us, and we're working on that. In our church, we promote Benin culture. We even have our own cultural group. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Walker, I thank you all for what you have done. And my dear brothers, my dear friends, I want to seize this opportunity to tell you that we need, as Dr. Morodio has said, please, 2 copies of that book. Thank you.
Hear the story. More, we'll keep telling it more and more until many people. There's a man in the crowd.
Can we please thank this man?